there's kind of two frameworks that I want to refer to. One is I have a framework called Grow Your Business the Fast Way, and it's an acronym. And it basically just summarizes what are the different components you need to look at and evaluate in your business and or get a system for. So it stands for followers, action, sales, time management, and transformation. And what I mean by followers is who are you trying to attract? So making sure you're clear on who you serve and your message. But then what are your ways to generate leads every week? And I think a lot of people think that they need to do all the things all at once. And I think the key actually is to decide on, which one or two things are you going to double down on that's the lowest hanging fruit first, and then create a system around it and then keep expanding from there. So a lot of my clients end up starting with local marketing, or a lot of my clients end up starting with LinkedIn lead gen if we think that that's the best fit for who they serve. So that it'll depend, but that's one thing we have to look at is how are we going to generate leads. The action piece is how do you create a message and content and an offer that's compelling enough that people want to take action. So this is where I see a lot of people guess what they market wants or make something they think is really cool. And then they find out, oops, nobody wants this, or I'm not articulating the value in a way that people want to buy this. So this comes down to your copywriting, how you communicate with your audience, how you build community. And then the sales piece is how do you, what's your business model? So do you have a big offer and a small offer? Do you have a product? Do you have a service? Like, what does it all look like? And how do you lead your sales process? For most of my clients, if they have a high ticket thing, they do discovery calls or some kind of like webinar. If it's a low ticket product, it's maybe more something that has more volume. So determining like what is going to be your sales process and how do you coach through the common objections in your marketing and how do you price things? And if they need to build out their offer, I help with that. And then the time management is where is your time best allocated? So what are the client generating or sales generating activities for you? How do you say no to all the shiny objects, things like that? And then transformation is two things. One, what's the personal transformation required to be the business owner you want to be? So a lot of times people have to open themselves up to, I deserve this, or I can learn tech, or things like that. Some mindset blocks may come up along the way, so I can coach on that because I'm a life coach. But then the other part of transformation is making sure the point A to point B of your offer is clear, making sure you have good testimonials or case studies you can use, and having your own differentiator, your own framework, your own system, your own thing that communicates what you do tangibly, as opposed to just saying, I do X service or I sell this good. What makes it unique or different? So that's one framework. But to take it one step deeper, there's something else that I talk about, and it's called the 4 basics of client attraction. And basically, any marketing channel you pick, you're going to kind of go through these steps. So whenever you get overwhelmed about like, wait, what am I even doing? What's my purpose on this platform? This is what you want to think about. So the first thing is connect, which means connect with who you're trying to serve. So that could either be sending connection requests on LinkedIn. That could either be connecting with your audience in a summit. That could be connecting with your audience at a networking group or speaking locally, whatever it is, but you have to connect and, get in front of them. Engage is the second step, where you want to ask, what is it that they want to need, or what would they find useful, or what did they have an interest in, so that you can deliver directly to them. And that's the next step is pre-offer. So that's like where you'd say, oh, I have a free lead magnet about blah, 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 whatever they've shared with you, or that they want or need, you deliver a quick win in advance for free to build that trust, or for a low cost usually. And then the last step is sales. And that's where it's like, okay, how did that freebie go? We have the trust now, we've had touch points, and now maybe they're ready to go into your paid offer. Now, not everybody makes it to the sales stage. Obviously, they might stay in the pre-offer stage for a while and keep getting nurtured, but that's kind of the whole journey that somebody takes before they work with you. That's what we want to be thinking about.
Well, that's wonderful. I think it's good to have those strategies because people do get a little like overwhelmed with whatever marketing like they're doing, whichever path they're going on. It can be overwhelming, especially if marketing isn't your thing. And so I think it's good to have a framework. And I also agree on, like, you have to be lead generating and nurturing, because someone had told me a long time ago, if you look at like the astrological stuff, like certain signs will like totally sign up in a hurry, and then you have like the earth signs who take a lot longer to make a decision, and so you have to nurture and that sort of stuff. What do you think, Haley, is like if someone is, I'm trying to think of some examples of my clients too, because I have a range of clients. So let's say someone is shifting and they've been working in the field for a long time, and they're shifting, wanting to launch a coaching program, for example. They have some, they're relevant and in demand in one way, but they've never really had the online, and they want to start shifting and working from home, having more flexibility and that sort of stuff. What do you think one of the first things, whether it's the first part of your framework, they should start doing when it comes to putting that let's say it's a one-on-one coaching program together and actually marketing that?
Yeah, well, I think it starts with the product itself and making sure that you're clear on what is the offer itself, what is the outcome of the offer, what's the so what of the offer. So it's not just coaching. What is the so what in their life that your client's going to experience when they're finished with it? And how do you make it easier, take less time, less inconvenient,